Welcome back to Fox and Friends on this 4th of July weekend. It's so great to have you with us. It's July 3rd, and we're here at the beautiful campus of West Point, the United States Military Academy. And on weekends like this, we like to hear from our good friends who have great insights, and one of those is General Jack Keane, Fox News senior strategic analyst. General, thank you so much for being with us on Fox and Friends weekend. You know, weekends like this, at places like this, it get you dwelling on where we are as a nation. What are your thoughts as we move into the 4th of July in 2022?
Well, first, Pete, let me just start out congratulating the whole Fox and Friends team for picking West Point as a place to celebrate the 4th of July. You couldn't have picked a better place in America to do that. You know, the greatness of America and its history is tied to the history of West Point, and West Point is an indispensable institution that's contributed to our success. You know, when I think about this day, celebrating our birthday, it always starts with a feeling of humility, because I feel fortunate and blessed to be an American. And we had to fight for this freedom, as you know. I mean, you're right at the place where an important part of that fight started. We had to remove the shackles of oppression, and the genius of our founding fathers, Pete, as you've spoken about on the show. I mean, in creating a federal government that where they limited its power and then gave the people more power than had ever been seen on any country on the planet at that time. And that led us to become an exceptional nation. And I think we became one for three reasons. One, meritocracy. If you're an individual in America, you can succeed based on your capabilities, not based on other factors. The conditions are there for that. The second thing is we opened our arms to other countries in the world to come to America. And that became a catalyst for our growth and productivity. And we're the most diverse nation in the world, and a sense of tolerance and respect for others. We're not perfect, certainly, but it is by far sets a bar for other countries. And lastly, and most dramatically, our country, the American people, in the 20th century and part of the 21st century, we've been wanting to fight for other people's freedom around the world in very distant places. Some places, some of our soldiers never even heard the names of. And we were willing to sacrifice that treasure for other people to live and enjoy the experience that we have. The most generous nation on earth by far. American leadership and the American people have been indispensable, in my view, for helping the world to be a much better place.
So well said. What a reminder, General. Thank you for that. And, you know, we live in a moment where it feels like a lot of people want to lead with the indictments or the mistakes or the sins of America. No country is perfect. No people are perfect. What are your message to those people that want to say America's not all that special right now?
Yeah, well, we certainly have serious political and social divisions in our country, probably the most serious in my lifetime. But we've been here before. Yes. I mean, we had ideological and serious social differences in the 1860s, and it led to regrettably, a civil war, and we've recovered from that. Listen, there are very loud voices on the extremes of our political spectrum on both sides. And those voices get listened to maybe more than in the past because of the access to the internet and social media. But the vast majority of the American people, Pete, you know, they're in between all of that. And I have great faith in them. I'm optimistic about going forward because the American people apply correcting mechanisms because the founding fathers gave them the power to do that. Look at how the parents of our children are correcting the education of their own children by pushing back on out-of-control school boards and out-of-control unions, which were taking the education of our children in a different direction. We will elect leaders also to provide a correcting mechanism if things start to move in the wrong direction. My faith is in the American people, and they're going to keep us on the right path.
Boy, is that great to hear, General. Thank you so much, not to mention the Supreme Court, one of three co-equal branches, asserting itself in the last couple of weeks as well. General Jack Keane, happy 4th of July, General. Thank you so much for all you've done and continue to do.
Yeah,
we appreciate
happy
it.
4th.